How do you do? Storyteller here, and welcome to Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Ironically, I just bought the book also, and I haven't read it yet, so I'm actually going to spoil the story for me with the game before I read the book. Which is sad, but I'm going to read the book anyway, I promise. I'm not just going to spoil it for myself. I know that says load game, by the way. I have not even clicked new game. I haven't touched this at all. I just bought this at a used bookstore, so this belonged to someone else. This is actually a CD-ROM. I have not played a game on a CD in years. Everything I get online, so playing a game like this on a CD-ROM, it's nostalgic for me. It reminds me of my days like playing Myst, changing discs, or the old Nancy Drew games I used to play. You guys won't see those on the channel, but I might eventually bring them back, just because they were a lot of fun to play. But this is my first CD-ROM game in years, and honestly it looks really good so far, and the story of this is supposed to be great. I know a little bit about the story, a bunch of people invited to an island, and then not much from there on, I think there were 10 people invited to an island, but I'm not going to ruin anything. I literally know nothing about the story. Like I said, I just bought the book, and then I saw this, and I'm like, oh, why not spoil it for myself? So yeah, that was my rationale. No, it looks really good, and I'm really excited to start playing this. I know, don't worry guys, I've still got Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments going on. I still have Siberia going on. I think I have one other playthrough. And the book that I'm reading, The Pilgrim's Progress. I'm still going on with all that, but I like to have multiple things going on at one time just so I have a bit of diversity in the channel. So don't worry, I'm not abandoning those. We are continuing. But anyway, let's get started with this, shall we? Oh gosh. It's an older game. You can tell it's older. It still looks pretty good though. Very reminiscent of Myst. Hold on, I'm gonna bring that microphone just a little bit closer. Okay. Oh gosh.
I hope my son's antics don't disturb you.
Madam, were it in my power to sentence him to 30 days hard labor, they would not disturb me in the slightest.
Wow. Harsh.
Smashing day for it. On holiday?
No.
Oh, okay. Rejected.
Oh, Leslie. It isn't true. Oh, beg pardon, ma'am.
Myth.
Yes, of course, yes. Have to be, wouldn't it?
Wow, everyone on this train is rude. Okay, I just got hit by a car. I'm okay with that. Pretty car. Going a bit fast, though, probably. A bit faster than he should be. And driving on the wrong side of the road.
Damn fool. I suppose I'll be expected to tend to his wounds after he piles up, but I don't fear that.
Interesting.
No one injured, at least. No apparent damage to the cars. The young fool must lead a charmed life. That's the lot.
Fair.
My money's on the servants. The servant's usually always the guilty one in the end.
What? Is he reading a mystery book inside of a mystery adventure? Or was that the detective? I think we play as Detective Poirot in this one.
Welcome to Sticklehaven, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Davis, the harbour master.
I don't know. I don't know if Poirot is in this one. That's Agatha Christie's main character, but I don't know if he's in this one. I haven't read it yet.
Sorry. Waiting for me.
That's everyone then. The other bags are already on board the boat there.
What was that look about?
Blimey. It must be him. In the flesh.
All set, Narracot?
Ready, sir.
Right. I'll leave it to you then. Sea's calm. Should be a pleasant crossing. If you leave now, there's a squall coming. I can smell it.
Oh yeah, so we should definitely set off in this tiny little boat in the storm. What are we doing? I'm assuming these are the people going to the house, but I haven't gotten an explanation yet.
Why is it called Shipwreck Island?
Well, the weather can turn nasty quickly. There are many submerged rocks, lots of wrecks hereabouts, and that big
Oh,
rock
good.
at the tip is said to resemble a beached schooner. The locals call it Ship Rock.
You're not from around these parts, then, Mr. Narracot?
No, sir, I'm not.
It does look like a ship. There's so many
It
characters.
will never work.
It'll never work.
If you would be so good as to follow that path up to the house, my wife will show you to your rooms. I expect you'd all like to freshen up after your journey. Where's Fred?
Under the weather. I took his place.
You'd be the brother then. I see the resemblance. Will you help me with the bags?
Yes. I've been hoping to get a look at the house.
It's a lot of stairs.
Chapter 1. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9.
Oh!
Thank you for
That
your
was
assistance,
grim.
Mr. Narracot. Everything and everyone nicely in place. I must say, I don't much like these clouds. I expect you should be heading back without delay.
I'm sorry, I'm just still
Now
taken
it
aback by that
begins.
tone.
Don't worry, Fred. I won't let you down.
About what?
Just a drizzle. It's going to get much worse.
Okay, there's a storm. Oh, I can actually walk around. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a point and click or what.
I should return to my boat to retrieve some supplies before I begin any real investigating.
Oh, I'm the investigator. Okay. What am I investigating? I don't know the story at all. I haven't read the book yet. Should I have read the book first? I'm sorry. Maybe I should have read the book first. Because I don't know what's going on. Oh my. The boat.
Damn thing's wrecked. No chance of returning to the mainland now.
Oh yeah, I'd say that's pretty wrecked.
The sea looks daunting. Wouldn't want to be caught out there without a good motor.
Okay. Looks like I'm not going anywhere. There's so many paths. I'm told this game has
Mr.
a good
Narracot,
20 hours of gameplay.
Why are you still on the island?
Someone scuttled my boat.
Scuttled? Wrecked, you mean? But who on earth would do such a thing?
I intend to find out.
But that means, who will come for us on Monday?
Unless this storm lets up, no one.
Dear me, dear me. Come in, come in. You'll catch your death out here. I must help my wife prepare dinner. I'll have her fix you up something in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where's everybody else?
Where he's going to sleep, I'll never know. Ethel won't like this one bit.
I can hear you.
Fresh flowers. Quite pretty.
This is cool. There's a stick. Okay, I just stole somebody's cane. That's fine.
It's an albatross. I can't say I'm particularly fond of the painting. The subject matter doesn't interest me.
Fair enough. You're a quite learned man. What purpose do you have here? You said begin your investigation. Investigation of what? Island. The island got its name by... Yeah, we already knew that. Thomas Rogers. The butler. Efficient chap. Henry Blower. The man who framed my brother. I'm certain of it. Framed him for what? Anthony Marston. A young reckless fool. Lucky there aren't any roads on the island. Oh, okay, that's the guy who was driving. Docks. Books. Nothing. Okay, I have no information. Nor do I know why I'm here, but apparently my brother was framed for something.
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
There.
I shouldn't do that.
Okay, yeah.
I need to have my wits about me.
Okay, I just stole that. And the cups.
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
How would I do that? Okay. Never mind. Can I go... this way. I will say, this is
You're
some pretty good
shot,
camera angles.
Yes. You haven't left me much, I confess.
I knew judges listened to confessions. I never knew they made them as well.
Judge.
Oh, some judges may have cause. Some doctors as well, I expect.
Doctor. Okay. Judge and doctor. Interesting. So, door that way.
A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really.
You probably could.
May I ask you a question? You'll spoil the shot if you're not careful.
Okay. I'll go this way. No, I'll go this way first. It seems like a small door.
Locked.
Oh, never mind. Well, that's one mystery solved. This door. Okay, that's a weird animation.
May I interrupt for a moment?
I can't talk and play, Mr. Narracott. Right now, I prefer to play.
Well,
Not
screw
that I'd
you.
want to play, even if there was time. I've no talent for the game whatsoever.
Why don't I have time? What am I doing? What am I even doing? I was supposed
It's
to be
tightly
leaving.
locked.
I was gonna leave the island. I'll explore over here. Oh no, over here first. Explore all the downstairs first before we explore the upstairs.
The door is locked. An upstairs, downstairs type of thing, I imagine.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Just making sure I cover all my bases. Explore everything there is to see on the first floor before we go upstairs.
A place for everything, and everything in its place.
Mise en place. That's interesting.
10 little sailor boys. Charming.
That is far too reminiscent of the first the entry chapter poem thing. What was it? 10 little sailor boys sat down to dine, one choked himself, and then there were 9, I think it went.
10 little sailor boys. Charming.
Don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Flashlight. Okay. That's handy. Handy that. Let's go over here. There's way too many forks at this table. Interesting. Alright, let's explore the upstairs. It's pretty cool. I like the cutscenes. Most people who play these games don't like the cutscenes. They think it breaks immersion. But I happen to like cutscenes. It makes me feel more like I'm watching a movie, which is very interesting to me. I wanted to start at the far end, but I feel like this is a giant square. So I'm just going to start with the first door on the left of the staircase. No, the first door straight on from the staircase, and then I'm going to go clockwise. It's a restroom. Doors on either side. Not going to clean up at all. Filthy animal. Alright, that's fine. I guess that would connect me to the other surrounding rooms if I ever needed to get there quickly.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through his luggage. I better not.
Rifled.
Nothing out of order in here. I'd best not take anything, though. I'm sure he would notice. I'd best not take that.
Okay.
He might need it and would certainly notice its absence.
Alright. So this is the doctor's room. Piece of paper here. It is it in here? Okay, I'm just gonna take that. I don't know what that was. I didn't get to look at it.
It's tightly locked.
Probably for the best. It is raining. What's that? Oh, the bathroom. Never mind. To the next room. Interesting, all the rooms are kind of interconnected. Makes for
This
an
clock is stopped.
awkward encounter. Clock is stopped. Interesting.
Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further.
What are the pages?
A radiator.
Why can't I read
You
them?
can't have enough of them, really.
Comfortable looking bed. Is that a journal?
Once a bent copper, always a bent copper. Right, Fred?
You're talking through your hat. You were the Purcell gang's inside man on the force, not my brother.
Your brother? Don't try to kid me, Fred. There's still a handsome reward out for you.
Fred is my brother. I'm Patrick Fane.
No reason for me to believe you that I can see. There's still a big reward out for Fred Fane.
You scuttled my boat to trap me here.
You recognized me, too. I saw it in your eyes.
Only because Davis showed Fred the passenger list yesterday. I came in my brother's place. We didn't think you might mistake me for him. Fred is 8 years older than me. Look closely, Blore.
You do look young, I noticed that. Thought it must be the sea air.
You were taking the Purcells' bribes for years. After the Landor case, people began to ask questions. The Purcells needed what the Yank detective novels call a fall guy. My brother was framed. You were in the clear.
Your whole story sounds like a detective novel.
I've never stopped trying to clear Fred's name and put you in Dartmoor prison where you belong. Thanks to your greed, I may now have that chance.
Maybe you're Patrick, maybe you're Fred. I don't know, and I don't much care. You're either a criminal, or you've been harboring one all these years. I wonder what my fellow guests will think of that. Go on, Mr. Narracott. Hop it. I need to prepare for dinner.
Interesting. I'm not sure if I entirely believe that story, but certainly sounds interesting.
It's locked fast.
What does locked
Tile
fast
and
mean?
marble. Quite expensive from the look of it. Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it.
Interesting.
This window leads out to the balcony. This
Can I
window
open it?
leads out to the balcony.
Fine.
I can't open it. It's locked.
I'll be going then. Onward and forward. Can I get in this door?
Narracott? I thought you'd be long gone by now. That storm's getting pretty fierce.
Somebody scuttled my boat.
I saw Blore watching you like a hawk eyes its dinner. Could it have been him?
Possibly.
Any idea why?
I'd rather not say.
Suit yourself. I'd better get ready for dinner.
Should I also be getting ready?
Oh,
for
Mr.
dinner?
Narracott, I thought that you'd left us.
Someone scuttled my boat.
Oh, but that's dreadful. Surely the harbour master will send another boat
It's an
when you're missed.
interesting dress you're
Not
wearing.
in this storm, I'm afraid. And even then, it won't be reported.
Why ever not?
My brother. He knew I might not be immediately back.
I'm terribly sorry for your trouble. The Owens should be arriving shortly. I'm sure you can get a ride back in that boat. If you'll excuse me, I must get ready for dinner.
You're in a dress. You look ready for dinner to me. But that's just me.
Yeah? Oh, Mr. Narracott, I had a question for you. Have you heard anything in Sticklehaven about this house being set up as a guest house?
No, Miss Brent.
No. Mrs. Rogers hasn't either. And who are the Owens?
I haven't met them yet.
Would it surprise you to learn neither have Mr. and Mrs. Rogers? It's odd. Very odd. If you'll excuse me, Mr. Narracott, I must make dinner preparations.
My wife is indisposed, not receiving visitors today.
Your wife, sir?
What?
Your wife?
My wife? Yes. Leslie. I'm sorry, my boy. I was wool gathering miles away. My apologies. Must dress for dinner now. Send my orderly to me if you will. No, that's not right. What was I thinking? I must get ready for dinner now.
Huh? What? Huh?
It's tightly locked. It's locked fast.
Excuse me.
It's tightly locked.
Well, that's it upstairs. I don't really, have a plan. Was there something this way? Don't think I can go any further. Do I have an inventory? I do have. Oh, I can read this! Letter of invitation, letter of invitation, flashlight without batteries, cocktail shaker, walking stick with a bear's head handle, and drinking glasses. Interesting, alright. Still haven't made that shot yet. Amateurs. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing now. Can I go back outside?
The storm is kicking up
Nope.
something fierce. Besides, my time would be better used snooping around inside at the moment.
Okay. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Have I gone in
It'll
here?
never
Oh.
work, I tell you. We should never have agreed. A house party only a week after we arrive? And no other help?
Ethel, calm yourself.
You promised me. Never again, you said.
How was I to know? Oh, Mr. Narracott. Ethel will be preparing you a meal in here once the guests are served.
Rude. Oh.
It's a sturdy cast iron stove. Mr. Rogers, I was wondering if I might have a word.
Please don't interfere with my duties. It could mean the sack.
Okay, I just stole that. I'm a bit of a kleptomaniac, aren't I? Wait, there was something I could look at.
It's a press. Looks like it can hold quite a large amount of fruit.
Neat. I'm just stealing everything.
I don't need to
aren't I?
lug this around with me. No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
Okay. Hold on.
The larder is very well stocked. It's a full sack of flour.
I'm just stealing everything.
I don't need to lug this around with me.
You don't need to lug anything around with you.
The storm is kicking up something fierce. Besides, my time would be better used snooping around
Shut
inside
up.
at the moment.
I was just trying. Refrigerator.
The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
Have I been here? I don't think I've been here. Is this like... Oh, this is the help's quarters. Interesting. What did I pick up? Small packet of sewing needles. Okay.
I can't see anything of interest. Some things once done cannot be undone.
Oh. Never mind. That's not good. Cheese wheel covered in cheesecloth. Large metal scoop.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Okay.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
I don't think I want to do anything else. Armstrong's letter. You guys can read this for yourself. I'm just gonna skim through it. Arthritis, spasm. Interesting. Alrighty, like I said, if you wanted to read all of that, you can read it yourself. I'm just gonna skim through things as I read them, just because I don't want to destroy my voice. What did I just pick up? Letter for Rogers.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Thank you. Delay letter. Oh, so that's why they're not here, they're in London.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Only 8 guests. I thought there were 10 guests. Wait. I mistook the door for the other door. Let's find out what's in here. It's probably just a restroom. It's hot in here. It's still a pretty nice bathroom for the help's quarters. Am I supposed to see something here? I can't read that bottle. If that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I'll find something interesting there later. No, I think that was the kitchen. It was the kitchen. I'll go upstairs in just a bit. I'm gonna check this room. Have I been here? Okay, I have been there. Never mind. Is this unlocked now? Please tell me it is. Good, okay. Upstairs we go. What's up here? Oh, hello.
Would you just look at all these silk sheets? All embroidered GS. I'll bet that was that actress who used to live here. I've dropped them on this filthy floor.
I'm sure it's not that bad.
Can I give you a hand, Mrs. Rogers?
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. You seem like a good sort. I'm sorry for your boat.
That sounds like the dinner bell.
Mr. Narracott, unfortunately, we are not prepared for your presence at dinner. I would be most happy to deliver you a sandwich later this evening, if that will do.
That will be fine, Rogers. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get to serving.
By all means. I can hear them all in the dining room chattering. I can't quite make out what they're saying. This might be a good time to explore the house more thoroughly.
I'm so offended. I'm assuming they mean by going upstairs and snooping around the quarters. Ah. Might as well start where we can. I don't remember if this is a bathroom. No, it's not.
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
You mean by taking random garbage? What was that? Tobacco?
I can't see anything of interest.
Fair enough. Then why did I take it?
It's a marble sculpture of an elephant.
Pipe? Can I put the tobacco in the pipe?
That came apart rather easily.
Okay. Oh, just a section of a pipe. Okay, I have tobacco. I don't know if I was supposed to do that.
I don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
Alright. Up to you. Oh, I just picked up something. Ah.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Okay. Nothing too interesting so far.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through his luggage.
Alright, I'm gonna assume
better
I
not.
can't. I'm gonna assume I can't go through anyone's luggage and just leave it all alone. Been in here. I got kicked out of the other guy's room, so I'm gonna investigate that when I get to it, but I will be as thorough as I can and check everyone's rooms.
This clock has stopped.
Ah, this is the room. There we are. Blaw's notebook.
I transcribed the pertinent passages in my notebook.
I was gonna say, you didn't transcribe the whole notebook, right? Okay, he's made a list of names. Blah. Excuse me. Interesting. Was that it? Seems like it. I mean, that wasn't too unexpected. That's the notebook we saw in the cutscene. Now there's the rooms that had the people in them occupied at the time, but now they're all at dinner and don't
I guess
lock their
Owen made sure no
doors.
clocks in the house are working. This one is stopped.
Why wouldn't he want clocks to work?
I don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and
I
surely
forgot.
wouldn't be daft
clicked
enough
on
to
it.
leave
I'm
any
sorry.
evidence in his luggage.
I can't do anything. Letter. So it seems like everybody had their own reason.
I've already learned all I can.
Not that. Own reason for being brought here.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Oh, should I put the notebook back so he doesn't know I went through his room? Wargrave's letter? I forget. Roger's letter. No, that's not it. Come back here. Agreement. That's probably it. I feel like I should put the other notebook back.
It's a chair. It doesn't look very comfortable.
Thanks. I could have never figured out that it was a chair.
Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it.
Cool. Nothing.
A radiator.
Yeah, I know it's a radiator.
You can't have enough of them, really.
Yes, you can. Especially when it's this bloody hot. Alright. I'm just gonna run back, and I'm gonna try to put the notebook back, because I don't want him to know that I was snooping in his room. Ooh, hello.
I won't do that.
That's
That isn't such a good idea.
Well, excuse me for trying to put his notebook back so he wouldn't know that I was snooping! Mister, I don't want to call attention to my snooping by opening suitcases. Excuse me! Ugh. I'm curious if I'm able to save at any point in this game, because that would be convenient. Alright. New letter. Whose letter is it? Vera's letter. That way I know who's to look
I
at.
copied the contents into my notebook.
It's not exactly left in order now, is it? Am I crazy? Where's Vera's letter? Okay, it's not there.
I think I recognize this lady. Perhaps she owned the house in the past. Who knows? She may still.
I don't know who it is.
I'd almost swear I recognize that chap. Does he have the eyes of a killer?
I don't know if I'd say that, besides the fact that he's in a military outfit. Is that the pipe that I have, though? Not clicking on the suitcase. You can't make me. I wish it would just show me what I pick up. Clipping from a newspaper.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
I'm not sure if I believe you. Newspaper clipping, okay. 1935, swimming accident. Oh, Vera, Clairthorne, okay. I'm innocent. Interesting.
That's an interesting clock. A shame it doesn't seem to work.
Why do none of the clocks work? What did I just pick up? Medical alert card?
Let me examine this further.
To whom it may concern, please advise the patient Allergic to insect stings, bees, wasps, because... Huh. Interesting.
Various toiletries. Nothing of interest that I can see. Various toiletries. Nothing of interest that I can see.
Fair enough.
I'm guessing Ethel went through the trouble of supplying most of the rooms with fresh flowers.
Probably because the rooms smell. Not clicking on it.
It's a small waste paper bin. It's empty.
That's interesting, I guess.
This is quite a makeup supply. Emily must be more concerned with aging than she lets on.
Or she just likes makeup. Brent's letter of invitation.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Brent's letter. House under. Perhaps the 8th. Cool. What was that? King James Bible?
I see nothing remarkable.
Okay, it's just a Bible. I don't think I can go out there. Or I can, apparently, because now it's okay. Telescope. Okay, I'm just gonna take that.
Nothing else to see about that. I can't take that apart.
I didn't want you to take it apart. I wanted to use
A hawk with a fish in its talons. The bird theme is starting to get to me.
Bird thing? Bird thing.
Another seabird. This one looks like an albatross. Shocking.
Why is it shocking? It's a door on the end, so it looks important. Oh, no, this is the doctor's room. I guess I can just cut across the balcony whenever I want now. Is there anything of interest? Have I been? Yeah, I've been in here. Excuse me. It's a rather bland room. Mackenzie's letter of
I copied the
invitation.
contents into my notebook.
Party. Nothing particularly fascinating in any of these letters. I mean, I'm really not, you know. Wow, my brain's not working right now. I don't know why I'm so tired. I'm not finding
I see
anything
nothing remarkable.
that's relevant.
I see nothing remarkable.
Well, then why click on it? Ugh. I like that it's such fast loading screens. That is really nice.
Let me
Coded
examine this
message.
further.
Coded message.
This bears a closer look.
Coded message. Interesting. I don't know what to make of that.
Nothing else to see about that. This bears a closer look.
King James Song of Solomon 3.
I can't see anything of interest. This is certainly a clue of some sort.
I did it! I actually did it. Okay.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Wow, okay. I didn't think that was gonna work. I just wanted to see. Crypto. Marston submarine in place. Continue objective. Secure beacon. Receive access point. Unknown business signal. Marston a spy. That didn't make too much sense, but I guess it's helpful. I wish you would show me what you're picking up.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Telegram. Can I open this? I can open this. Wait. I cannot open? Question mark? I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Have I been in everybody's rooms? Yes. Okay. Well, onward to explore something else then. Perhaps the billiards room. Does this open yet? It does. Ooh, it's a study. What book was that? Birding. Oh, birds.
Property of Teresa Robson. I transcribed the interesting passages into my notebook.
Okay. Birding. So just all about birds, which I don't really care about right now, but I guess I probably will later.
It's a book holder. Seems like a long time since it's been used.
Fair enough.
Sticklehaven.
Right.
Hopefully I'll live to see the place again.
Why wouldn't you?
That's Shipwreck Island. That's
Yes.
Shipwreck Island.
Yes. Strong currents. Unsafe for swimming. It's
A
fairly
rather
old
beautifully
map.
made globe of the world.
Yes, it is. It is indeed. Well, let's investigate the desk. Okay, I took the lamp. That makes sense. And was that a tape measure? A roll of sellotape. Ooh, okay.
The storm is kicking up something fierce. Besides,
Go outside.
my time would be better used snooping around inside at the moment.
Well, that was fun. Nice little study. Anything over here? Is this door open now?
It's locked fast.
No. What does lock fast mean? What does that mean? I don't know. What was this way?
Aha! With my ear against
the
the door,
dining room.
the conversation becomes quite clear.
Wine, Doctor?
No, thank you, Rogers. I never touch alcohol. Except for sterilizing wounds or instruments, of course.
I tried to collect some apples from an orchard on the island, but a bee stung me. I'm afraid I dropped the basket and ran. No need to apologize. I myself am dreadfully allergic to bees, wasps, hornets. I'm sorry to hear there are bees here. Oh, you must take care. There's all sorts of those bee house things. What do you call it?
An apiary.
Hives?
Oh, I thought that was for monkeys.
Ethel.
Miss Claythorne, we've never met, but I do seem to recall your name.
Oh?
Yes. From when I stayed at that stuffy old hotel near St. Tredney. Do you know it?
No. No, I don't think so.
Really? How extraordinary. I was so shocked.
Narracott says he's not Fred Fane, but his brother. It may well be, but he bears watching.
Seems like such a nice man.
They said the same thing about Stevenson, the child murderer. I confess I've never met our host, Mr. Owen. What kind of a man is he? Rogers?
We haven't seen the Owens either, sir. We were only engaged a week ago by letter and asked to make the house ready.
So no one has actually met the Owens.
How extraordinary.
I, for one, will have some sharp questions for the Owens when they do arrive.
Anything more to listen to?
Aha! With my ear against the door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Don't repeat everything.
Did anyone else see the poem over the fireplace?
10 little sailor boys. Yes, I
I
saw
didn't
it.
see it.
And here before us as the centerpiece of our table are the 10 little sailor boys themselves, all looking...
I like a neat and tidy house, Your Honor.
Robson, the man who built this house, was a sailor. Perhaps Mr. Owen inherited them from him.
Another question for Mr. Owen.
As I remember, the rhyme was about soldier boys. Highly inappropriate, as I recall.
There are many variations.
You seem to know quite a bit about it, Miss Claythorne.
I was a governess before seeking secretarial work. Governesses spend a lot of time with nursery rhymes.
All gratuitously gruesome, if you ask me. So much violence in the world today.
Violence.
Sometimes violence is necessary, Miss Brent.
There speaks a soldier for you.
A realist, Miss Brent, not a dreamer.
You're wearing
If
a purple
action needs
heart
to be
right now.
taken, I, for one, am fully prepared to take it.
How does the famous rhyme go, Miss Claythorne?
Must we harp on this topic at dinner?
Miss Brent may be right, Mr. Marston. The rhyme is a bit gruesome. It's there over the fireplace in the parlour if you care to have a look later.
I will
If you
have a
think so.
look.
Excellent meal, Rogers. My compliments to both you and your good woman. You've done your employers proud.
Thank you, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Most gratifying, I'm sure. After dinner drinks will be served in the front parlour.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. This is your host, UN Owen. You are charged with the following indictments. Edward George Armstrong, that you did upon the 14th day of March 1925 cause the death of Louisa Mary Cleese. Emily Caroline Brent, that upon the 5th of November 1931 you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor. William Henry Blore, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor on October 10th, 1928. Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that on the 11th day of August 1935 you killed Cyril Ogilvy Hamilton. Philip Lombard, that upon a date in February 1932 you were guilty of the death of 21 men, members of an East African tribe. John Gordon Mackenzie, that on the 4th of January 1917 you deliberately sent your wife's lover Arthur Richmond to his death. Anthony James Marston, that upon the 14th day of November last you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs. Thomas Rogers and Ethel Rogers, that on the 6th of May 1929 you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady. Lawrence John Wargrave, that upon the 10th day of June 1934 you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
Doctor! I only fainted, Rogers. I'm sure she'll be fine. Narracott, you get my bag from my room?
Yes, of course.
Stout fellow. Marston, in a moment I'll want help to get her to her room. Of course. Behind the kitchen, is it, Rogers?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You can use that door.
So I have to go get... Okay. The doctor's bag thing.
Mrs. Rogers needs my help. I'd best try to find Dr. Armstrong's medical bag
Yeah,
and deliver it to him immediately.
It's in his room. But I forget how to get there. There we go. Oh, do hurry up. Alright, everyone in the house is a murderer? Question mark? I think it's the next room over. I don't think it's this one. Nope. It's the next one over. This one. No. This one? Nope. Okay, first one on the left. First one on the left then. This one. It was one of the first ones I checked. Yes, here we go. Got the medical bag. To the foyer. Oh wait, no, they were bringing her to the kitchen, I forgot. I think. They said the room under the stairs. Are they in here? No. Oh, where are they? Not in the dining room. I want to see the poem they were talking about. I didn't get a chance to.
Mrs. Rogers needs my help. I'd best try to find Dr. Armstrong's medical bag and deliver it to him immediately.
I am, but I don't remember where he said they were gonna be. This way? Apparently. There.
Locked.
Nope. Don't jump scare me with that thing again. You shouting at me. In the study. No. Not the study. They said some room under the stairs.
Mrs. Rogers needs my help. I'd best try to find Dr. Armstrong's medical bag and deliver it to him immediately.
I would love to. I don't remember where he is.
Perhaps we can talk later. For now, I must see to my patient. Perhaps we can talk later. For now, I must see to my patient.
Oh, you want your medical bag? There.
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. I am in your debt. Perhaps we can talk later. For now, I must see to my patient. Perhaps we can talk later. For now, I must see to my patient.
Okay. Now, can I go back to the foyer to see the poem? I wanted to read that. Not that way. This way.
Now, Rogers, tell us about that extraordinary voice.
It was Mr. Owen, sir. In his letter, he wrote to me to put it on the gramophone once you were all settled in here after dinner.
That was Mr. Owen's voice?
You doubt that it was?
No. I thought I recognized it. I'm sure I'm mistaken.
A disgraceful practical joke.
You think it was a joke?
What else could it be?
I will need to hear more evidence before offering an opinion.
Judge.
Mr. Marston and I carried Mrs. Rogers to her room. I gave her a mild sedative. She's resting comfortably.
Whoever it was on that recording, that person knows or has taken the trouble to find out a good deal about us all. He was correct about Seton. I presided at the trial, but all I did was execute a guilty man.
I remember the case. As I recall, there was some talk.
Happily, guilt and innocence are decided by those of us qualified to make a judgment, not by gossip.
Ha!
Of course, there is one omission in that recording. Mr. Narracott, of course. Although to hear Mr. Blore tell it, he might have earned a place on that list had Mr. Owen been so inclined.
Alright, I want to take a look at that poem. There's a radio here.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Do I have something that would help with this?
That doesn't make sense.
Excuse me. I don't really have anything that would help me right now. Can I... All I want to do is see the poem. Stole something. Matches.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
I can read it. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. 9 little sailors sat up very late. One overslept, and then there were 8. 8 little sailor boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7. 7 little sailor boys chopping up sticks. One chopped himself in halves, and then there were 6. 6 little sailor boys playing with a hive. Bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. One of them has a bee-ology. Is this prophetic? 5 little sailor boys going in for law. One got the chancery, and then there were 4. That didn't rhyme. 4 little sailor boys going out to sea. A red herring swallowed one, and then there were 3. Interesting. 3 little sailor boys walking in a zoo. A bear hugged one, and then there were 2. 2 little sailor boys sitting in the sun. One got fizzled up, and then there was 1. 1 little sailor boy left all alone. He went and hanged himself, and then there were none. That is a bit grim. Either way, well, I'm going to see if I can save game. I can. Save 1. Resume. Alrighty, I've just saved the game, so we can pick this up next time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end the video now. So I will see you guys in the next video.